Miscast. My name is Lennon, aka Jason's son.
And my name is Jason, aka Lennon's dad.
And we are both smiling since this is. Whenever we look at each other in the eyes, we just start.
We kind of we laugh anyway.
Yeah, but we have a camera set up, and depends if you're watching this on the YouTube that may or may not exist by the time of this.
It should exist.
Yeah, but if you're watching it on YouTube, then so we have our tray with our microphone and our computer with Audacity. And then this is my room, and I have some drawings in the background and my desk. So that's basically the room.
This is the, we use this studio sometimes, and sometimes we use master. Turn the volume up. Where's the gain?
It's right here. Is that good?
Yeah, let's see. Is that good?
Is that good?
Yeah, that works. Okay.
So,
anyway, where were we?
Beautiful. So,
just so you know, my name's Jason. I'm Lennon's dad, and that's Lennon, in case you got confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
oh, wait, that's right. You could see it. Except unless you're listening, then just imagine.
Imagine our faces. Just come up with whatever face you want.
Oh.
Just like.
But I already know what you look like. Mr. Potato Head.
Just like change elements.
Okay.
Character creation.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I know what you look like.
Anyways, this episode is gonna be space, and we're actually kind of surprised that we haven't done this.
I know.
Like, that's one of the things we watched a lot of documentaries, and they're mostly about space.
Yeah. Telescopes are interested in like all kind of star stuff, planets, like space travel, space kind of things. And it's funny because before, I don't know if it's funny, but before we came up, Star Wars was on.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, nice segue, space. But we'd already talked about space, like.
What?
I mean, not talked about it like on a show, but we we should do it on space. That's good.
No, we didn't know this.
We didn't cover actually. Since this is, did you already say this is episode 53?
Oh.
So that means that there's only 51 more episodes.
Yeah, and this
until
is
year 2.
This is season 2, by the way.
Season 2. That's how we're doing it.
With that we have newly added aforementioned
and new
camera.
features, and season 3 will be like all VR. You can see.
It's kind of fun, like just
VR podcast.
Yeah.
That could probably be something.
And you have avatars.
Yeah, that's with the whole metaverse thing. I never sidetracked, but yeah, that's actually. I'm sure somebody's thought about that. Okay.
It won't be too hard to make. It's just like a basic game, like a LAN avatar creation.
You could like join in there, like you in the audience, and then like if you're listening to it live, I have a question. It would be like a Zoom call, I guess.
Yeah, and then you could like
so-and-so.
record audio.
I do it live, and then you see a little avatar. Hi, I have a question about like space. Let me ask you a pop quiz. Can you name the planets in order closest to the sun?
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune. No, Uranus, Neptune.
Okay. I was thinking about asking that like ahead, and I was like, don't quiz me, because I'm thinking like my very
excellent mother just made us nachos.
She's making nachos now.
What did you make before?
I was thinking shredded wheat, but I think that's like the Northeast Southwest never eat shredded wheat.
Oh, okay. I haven't told the story. This is like sidetrack basically.
Yeah.
So sidetracking / space. And I don't know what grade it was, but we had this activity where we had like cardinal directions and the cardinal directions and the acronym that almost everyone used was never eat soggy waffles or watermelons, and that doesn't make sense. But so our activity was to make an acronyms around. So I chose ninjas eat super well, and I've been using that ever since. Like which way is Northeast, South, and West? Ninjas eat super well.
Ninjas
eat super well.
Super well, nice.
Yeah. So
that sounds better than that. That makes it's like more logical than soggy waffles.
Yeah, or watermelon.
I could kind of see the waffles, like if you made waffles and then like you just dumped them in a pool or something. But
or like drowned them in syrup.
Then I'm thinking, what was the other one? Soggy watermelon?
Yeah.
Yeah, the watermelon's already kind of soggy.
Yeah. I don't know how to my very excellent mother with Pluto.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it's probably
that's
something
maybe that's
cool.
what I'm thinking. My very excellent,
Let me Google it.
my very excellent mother.
What?
Just
Yeah.
wait, my very excellent mother just saw.
Oh, my very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas. That's what Pluto was.
Oh, okay. Well,
Or Mavengesumt.
okay.
Mavengesumt.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I don't remember. It's kind of neither here nor there.
Yeah. Okay, so, anyways.
Anytime I can say nor in a sentence, I actually feel really proud.
And aforementioned too. That's really
Oh
sad.
my goodness! Wow, that's you can see that like. No, that's what's good about the camera. You can probably actually see like
Like your facial
my mind like
expressions.
blowing like up just then. Yes.
Yeah, we do clap a lot, like,
Yeah, we do. But now it's
and
now you can see.
you can barely hear it on the microphone, but you can see it.
There we go. Now the trade-off might be if we're using the microphone from the camera, maybe you can't hear it as well.
Oh, we're using this.
No, we could, but if we use audio from this with that, then if we're off by like just a tad,
Oh,
then it's gonna throw off, like we're talking like that.
yeah, and
Like-
then it'll be
Yeah,
really weird.
and then edited. So
Mhm.
that's what it is. I mean, it's the
Yeah.
trade-off. You want to see us, you want to hear us. You want to see us, you check it
I
out.
mean, we could use the dead
this.
cat,
Yeah.
like, for that.
True. It's a work in progress. We're still figuring it out. Considering I forgot all about it till you mentioned it, and then
Yeah, the
like
camera.
oh crap, we need like a website. Okay, we need YouTube. Okay, go. Okay, no wait, hold on. The laptop battery's already at what was
What is it?
full, and we're at this thing just like it's
Yeah.
at 81%. We've been using
we
it
just
like,
got here.
and it's been just plugged in.
Mhm.
And it's a
Unplug it and it dies.
gaming computer.
Uh-huh.
I guess are you supposed to keep them plugged in all the time?
I mean,
Like,
probably. I mean, I think some people use laptops just for, like, the power and, like, kind of external monitors.
Yeah.
Um,
that's true. Cause I could see this like as hot as this gets, like
yeah.
just sometimes
Oh.
like setting it on my leg.
Uh-huh. I've done that.
I can't imagine like you're like getting scalded from your.
I had to put something, like, on my legs when I was using it one time. I forgot what it was. It was some sort of mesh thing. But, yeah, I had to put it on my legs.
And sometimes with this laptop, it like the fan will kick in.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it just sounds like it's
it
ready to
overpowers
launch.
everything. Yeah, when I'm playing Microsoft Flight, a lot of times when I'm playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, the fans, if I turn the engine off, it still sounds like it's going, because the fans are just whirring. Anyways.
I was trying to segue that. I was like, oh, the fans are going. It sounds like it's gonna launch. And then I was like throwing that up,
Aw,
and then you're supposed to.
I'm gonna
knock
leave
it
now.
out. Yeah. So.
Okay, anyways.
Well, you could have done Flight
I
Simulator.
segued twice.
Like Space Simulator would have worked too, but
Yeah,
I guess
Kerbal
it doesn't
Space.
work.
I should have used Kerbal Space Program as an example.
Well, we could edit that, but that's too much work
Yeah.
because it's more. Yes. Sponsored by.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did talk about space. We covered the planets.
Yeah, that's space. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, thank you for listening.
So.
There's so many different ways, things we could talk about. I think with space, like you can talk about.
But it's kind of hard to like focus on a
Space.
single topic.
I know that's why it could be a part 2, or we'll see how it goes. Depending, plus reading sidetrack, but I like sidetrackness. Makes it.
Miscast.
See, now I feel like I need to clap like loud into the mic so like they get it. What are we talking about?
Space.
Space. Okay. Now, I think let me ask you this: when would you say you first got interested in space?
I mean.
Like obviously you learned it in school. Like did something click? Oh, that's interesting. Was it like?
I mean, that probably happened, but I don't know exactly where.
Well, I guess maybe I made you make like would watch documentaries. And like,
Let's like a trip down memory lane. I mean, necessarily like, ooh, space. Let's watch that. I mean, I don't know really, to be honest.
Did you ever think like, I want to be an astronaut when I grow up?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was quick.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Space Buddies?
Oh,
movie?
there we go. Space
I watched
Buddies.
that so many times. I think we have the VHS of it. It was on Netflix or something. And I'd watched that so many times. It's a great movie.
Well, that could be.
I remember one of the jokes, like, this guy Butterball, he's like, he eats a lot, and then, so the pups are going out to the launch pad, and then it says launch on the pavement, and then, he's like, if I were going to the launch pad. It's a good joke, actually. It's like,
that is good.
Funny.
That is funny.
That's still technically space. So.
Yeah, so that kind of piqued interest. I would say, since I would be, I guess, I don't know. I think growing up growing up in the
shuttle.
80s, whatever, it's like, I mean, obviously the space shuttle was huge. I can remember having the little toy. I'd say I was born in 75, so I remember being in 5th grade when the Challenger blew up, like bringing that in.
Oh yeah,
they brought like the TV like into our classroom for some reason. I was really surprised why like that they did that, but
wait, like after it.
I don't remember. See, that's what I mean. God, I've really been thinking about that. I don't remember if it was. I would almost think it was after because I don't remember us seeing it live and being like, or I don't even know if it was. I'm sure it was broadcast.
There's like 170 something space shuttle launches.
Yeah.
So.
But no, this one I remember, and I mean, like I think I've told you that my teacher in 4th grade had applied to be a teacher in space, so I was definitely aware, and I followed launches and stuff, and I remember that particular mission because she was going to be in there, and that's still like I still like not to bring it down, but like I still like see documentaries or stuff, and that still like brings a tear to my eye because it was like really hit home and stuff. But then after that, it just kind of. It's interesting to see where things are going now.
I mean,
as much as I don't like, Tesla, like.
I mean, when I was growing up, and I can use that phrase correctly, the space industry just kind of like flatlined after Atlantis.
Yeah.
Like what really was there? SpaceX was like kind of coming up in 2017-ish.
Oh yeah, they stopped the whole shuttle program and stuff. So you're right, there just wasn't like the budget and all this and everything was going on.
Like Russia was still launching Soyuz and the ISS was in operation.
Right, that's true. The space station still going on a bit.
Russia always launches Soyuz. Anything else really?
It's cool to see, it'll be interesting to see the whole space, like what's the next step is. Like, I mean, I would
commercial space
love, and I hope to see, I'm sure, I mean, I would love to see them go to the moon again.
Yeah.
Just because I never got to, obviously I was -6, like when that happened.
They're working on programs. They're
for Mars, for the moon.
Yeah, they have like, they're testing a capsule, I think now, actually. The Orion, maybe. The program's called Artemis.
Oh, I've heard of that. Well, then who's financed there? Is that SpaceX or is that NASA? Oh.
I mean, they're working with Boeing, of course they do.
See, I didn't even know if NASA still like designed their own set. I don't know that they're just contracted, like.
Yeah, I think.
SpaceX.
I mean, I think during the whole Flatland part, they just contracted. But now I think they're starting to realize the public's interest.
Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, for sure. Elon will gather up interest.
Yeah.
But I would say to see the moon mission would be cool. I mean, to see Mars like that, I think is probably out. I think you'll be like, I don't know if that could be.
But I don't think it'd be too far. I think you'd be here.
But speaking of Mars, we did watch The Martian.
Oh yeah, that was
the first
a great
time.
movie.
That was good.
So we were watching it in science class last week at school, which was like 2 weeks ago.
Depending on when you're listening, it's Saturday, July 11th. So
yeah, so
sure.
Yeah, watching it at school, but then get cut short. So we just watch it at home. It was good.
That was good. I liked it because it was kind of. I mean, it was fiction, but it wasn't like so far out there where there's like realistic fiction.
I like when people, authors, writers, they like gather outside information to make it real. Like ask someone from NASA or someone something, and say, hey, is this accurate?
Right. And you'll always have people that are like, oh, well, this could never happen. You know, certain things, but I mean, it was still overall. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I feel like we watched another. Gravity.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, this is kind of a medium-sized spoiler. So, spoiler alert. So there's this one part when, so the girl is in the capsule and she needs to go to the Chinese rocket.
Yeah.
And
That's Chinese space station, right?
no, rocket thing. The space station.
Or right there, there's okay, yeah.
Yeah, so she's trying to get there, and then she was starting to like black out, and yeah, she was shutting off her oxygen. But then like earlier she has her friend, I forgot his name, and they were sticking together, and then he said, "Let me go," and she let go of the tether to let the guy go into space and die, and then the guy comes up to the window of the capsule she's in and bangs on the door, and then she's like, "What?" And then he talks to him. She talks to him, and she realizes that she keep going, and then she wakes up, and it was all a hallucination. So, spoiler over.
But the funny part about that, if you're listening, well, obviously you're listening, whether you're seeing or listening, but the whole time that you were telling that story, you had your kind of hand kind of covering your mouth, like the camera couldn't see.
No spoilers at all.
In case, like, I guess you couldn't hear, but I don't know, maybe you can't read lips or whatever. But no, I prefer like those kind of movies versus like the really out there kind of, like kind of like, I mean, I like Star Wars, but I mean, as far as I don't even know what you call it. I mean, I guess science fiction. But
yeah, science fiction. But science fiction isn't really just like aliens and stuff. It can be, I don't know, what can it be? Taking space.
Well, I mean, I mean, that being said, couldn't The Martian and stuff be science fiction?
Yeah, it's fiction.
And it's not a true story.
Well, I like realistic fiction more than that.
That was kind of realistic-y.
Yeah. Realistic science fiction. That's not it.
There we go.
You have like The Martian, Gravity, and this one book called Moon-Based Alpha, which is like a series of anecdotes of people living on the moon. And yeah, it's just...
Is it a true story?
You know what? That might actually be it. Moon-Based Alpha. Now that I think about it.
What about
it? It's a book. That got me into space. I mean, it wasn't too far ago, but it was definitely in real school, not virtual, before that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yeah, I mean, I can think of the time I before I was into space, and I can think of like current time when I'm really into space, but I can't think of the area where I got into it that much.
Yeah, it's kind of a blur. But I mean, it's nice with obviously with technology, just especially it's like Star Walk. Is that what it's called? Right, that app.
Oh
Star
yeah,
Walk app.
you can like
where you can just point it out.
It uses your so what's it called? The spinning
GPS.
No, you know the gyroscope.
Oh, I gotcha.
And you can like look at the sky. It'll tell you what stars and constellations there are.
Right. That's something really cool. Like just that, and even I remember one time, was it the ISS we saw fly by?
Yeah, we saw it a lot.
Yeah.
Our house was pretty dark.
Like where it was, like you see the ISS fly by, and then of course like all the Starlinks like everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like.
Satellites.
But I mean, it's on my list. Like I want. I'd say list, like it's that hard to do, but I want to go drive somewhere where it's dark.
Yeah.
Look at that, the light pollution.
Like
Just
New
to actually
Mexico.
see, well, outside there, yeah, New Mexico.
Said that so many times.
Yeah, or like just like outside the city limits, somewhere just to see where it's actually. Oh, that's a.
Love car.
Was that a lawnmower or was that a
truck, lawnmower, car?
Motorcycle?
Anyways, it's loud. What were we talking about?
Talking about stars.
Space?
Space?
No,
talking about just like outside the city
yeah.
limits, maybe like just seeing. It's just crazy. I mean, I'm trying to think. Have you been anywhere where it's truly like that? It's just.
I mean,
super
probably
crazy.
when we had that vacation to Florida, we were like driving for 12 hours.
Let's see. Correction. I was driving.
Yeah, you were.
For 16 hours.
Wow.
Yeah. I wasn't looking at the stars. I was trying to stay awake, but no, it's cool to go somewhere where it's really dark, just because you don't really realize. I mean, how many more stars you can see.
There's this story. I mean, not 100% sure it's true, but it's so like one night in LA. There was a huge blackout that blacked out all of the city, and then the residents were like, "Hey, what's in the sky? What's in the sky? It's so weird." This was in like the 50s.
Oh, that sounds like that could be true.
And then so they called in like non-emergency police and like, "Hey, what's this in the sky?" And then but they didn't realize it was just like stars.
That's cool.
And like those, not nebulas, but you know those things that are in the sky, like little
constellations.
No, it looks like someone
stars.
took like a sword to the stars and just you've seen them. They're colorful. I mean,
like the nebula. Like
I mean, not.
I can picture
Not
like
the telescope ones.
like the purple looking ones. And,
yeah,
like the crab nebula and all that.
Of space. Let me try to find one.
Feeling like he's talking about a nebula. Nebula.
From the ground. I mean.
Purple.
From the.
Right.
It's. I don't know if you can.
So it's visible with the naked eye.
Yes, this thing right here, in that corner.
Okay, so we're looking at.
I can show it to the camera.
So what is this?
It's the thing I'm talking about. I mean, I don't know what it is exactly, to be honest.
Yeah, so it's a boy sitting on a cliff.
The thing in the corner.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
Anyway, it's like it looks like a cluster of stars, but there's light.
Yeah.
That's really cool, though.
And like that's exactly what they saw. It's crazy. So.
Oh, sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah.
I can't see what that is, but.
So let's show the camera. So it might not be able to see it, but it's right there. It's like colorful in the sky. It's crazy.
If you're watching this and can't see, it's a picture.
It's a picture
of
the sky.
Stars, and it's bright. That's not space, but I really like to see the Aurora Borealis. That would be considered.
I mean,
well, it's in the sky.
I went to Alaska.
Yeah.
Didn't you see it?
No.
Really?
Why would I look at it? No. No, I didn't. I mean, I don't know if you can see it from Alaska.
Oh, yeah, it's
Or if you can, maybe at a certain time of year.
Yeah.
I mean, I was by outside of Anchorage, so I mean, maybe it's too light, or plus I was there working, so I mean, I didn't stargaze.
I mean, well, you.
But it was during the time of year when it, this time of year when it wasn't dark. Although I don't know if it gets that dark all year round in Alaska. Not like Norway.
Oh yeah. So Norway, it gets like these. I don't know if it's night or day, but it's like 24 hours, and the entire place is day or night.
I looked it up. It's dark.
Yeah, so
unless
it's
it flip flops.
Yeah, well, either one of those for like almost 24 hours, and it's crazy. Just
did we already discuss like outside in real life cast? Like, would you rather live there during when it's mostly night? Is that what you said, or the day? I think I would.
I want to live at night. Just like I can set alarm clocks,
yeah.
But would rather sit with in pitch darkness. You can't see anything. Like sleep in pitch darkness, or with light in front of your face. Like
I could sleep and it'd have to be pitch dark. I can barely sleep as it is, like with any bit of light. So that's exactly what I was saying. It'd be cool, but
just
it's light all day. But that's gotta throw off your body, like your.
Yeah, but you have to like keep a sleep. It would be super hard to keep a sleep schedule.
Like, how does that work? I mean, is it like a deal where if it's light like that, it's regular? Oh, we open, for breakfast or something, or we.
What if they just use like the stars instead of like the sun as a clock? And just like, oh, the Big Dipper is right there. He used to be right there, so it's like 3 o'clock.
Does that work when it's somewhere? There's somewhere I think where it's light a lot longer, or is that?
I think it's Antarctica. Antarctica is light for 24
I gotcha. That's where I'm thinking. Like, man, that wouldn't be good to be in the sun all that time. But then, I mean, we're in Antarctica. So
they have time lapses of. I recommend the viewers check this out. They have time lapses of 24 hours a day in Antarctica. I love saying Antarctica. Antarctica.
It's the one that's south.
Yeah.
What's the one on the top called? The Arctic? Is it just?
It's just the Arctic.
I'm not.
There's no landmass. It's just ice.
You know what? That's.
And it's slowly melting.
I think I'm pretty good at like, geography and just random knowledge, and I never really made that connection.
What?
Like that. I knew obviously Antarctica is in the south and the Arctic was up north, but I never made the connection. Okay, there's not a landmass. Obviously, it's not a continent, so it's just called the Arctic.
Well, it's just polar sea ice everywhere.
Wow. So if that just melted all and it's just water, it would just be nothing.
Water would go way up here. Oh yeah, there'd be no land.
I mean, what would you even call it? Yeah.
Just
interesting. Just the
North Pole.
Oh no, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Well, if it's all wet, then
it's ice. Oh wait, no. It's just.
I'm just thinking about the elves.
Just
like boats.
Scuba diving.
like a ski or something. Or boat. Alright, so today's space we talked a little about space movies. We have to continue this. I feel like we can talk more, and then we went. What else did we talk about?
How we got into
Never eat
space.
shredded wheat. We talked about.
Yeah, we talked about
soggy ninjas.
What else? This is not our best episode.
I think it's a great episode.
Why?
Why? Because I like.
The sidetrack?
I like the sidetrack. I mean, sometimes, but I feel like it's more like a conversation. Because I feel like this could be like sometimes you forget. Like initially, like the camera, I'm kind of aware it's there, even like the microphone, but then it's kind of like, oh yeah, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm doing a podcast. Like I look over at the time once in a while, but I'm never just like right now. I can't think of anything to say since I didn't think of this beforehand. We don't think of much of our episodes.
So you said you can't think of anything to say because we don't.
I don't prepare anything beforehand. Like, before the show, I was gonna go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about how I.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you can see, especially camera. There's not a. Okay, here's a list. Okay, for this time we're gonna touch on this topic and this topic and stuff. So there's sometimes when it is, say if you're having a regular conversation, it's okay. What I'm trying to say is, like in a regular conversation, it's not. You're not having a conversation like, okay, it needs to be 25 to 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, if you're having a regular conversation, okay, well, I gotta go. All right, bye, you hang up. So, when it's like that, you have times where it's kind of.
A blank.
Like a blank. So.
Yeah, like, what?
It's usually when I'll either try to like, okay, let me start, make something up, or like you'll be like, oh, let me look at this, whatever. So it kind of works out. I don't know why, I forget that the camera, I forget the camera's there because like, my arm thing's kind of, well, it's veiny, but it's sort of like, it's warm in here because it's, what is it? It's 9 o'clock at night. Oh, it's 9:30 in the evening in San Antonio.
It's 95.
It is. It is. Wow. 95, 96 was 104 or something.
106.
Okay. Oh, it's cooling down. It's only 93.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I like, why am I sweaty? Unfortunately, it's 93 degrees and like we don't have the fan on because that's going to pick up noise. So anyway, on that note, I think I'm going to go cool off.
Yeah. So, wow, this was weird. I have to like say bye to the camera. I don't do this.
You don't need to say goodbye to the camera.
Okay. Catch you later.